All right, folks, before we dive into today's absolute nightmare of a story, and believe me, it is, I need you to do something for me. So if this video resonates with you, if you like my cap today, if you like what I'm wearing, hey, just press the like button over there. If this video makes your blood boil the way it should, consider even buying me a coffee. Links in the description. It helps me way more than you think. It helps support me, helps keep me going in this world full of hate. Because honestly, after looking at this case for the past few days, I think even 20 coffees won't be enough to process the sheer madness of what's happening in this lovely land we call Ningizimu, Africa right now. Let's talk about Wiandre Pretorius. Or should I say, let's talk about what's left of Wiandre Pretorius. Because as of Saturday night, February 7th, 2026, at an Astron Energy filling station in Brakpan, at a garage, Brakpan, near witness D's house, who also died, the 41-year-old former police reservist decided he'd had enough of this mortal coil and put a bullet in himself. Right there at the gas pumps where you take your car to put petrol. Right there in front of his partner. A police sergeant, by the way. And you can't make this stuff up. What the heck was going through his mind that he did that? Now, this is where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the story transforms just from another tragic South African crime statistic into something that should terrify every single person who still believes naively, perhaps, that justice exists in this country. What on earth was going through his head? Let me tell you, by painting you a picture. It's April 15th, 2022. Emmanuel Mbhense, 51-year-old father of 5, is at his home in Brakpan. He is accused, mind you, of an involvement in a warehouse robbery. Now, in a functioning justice system, what happens next? Well, bada bing, bada boom, police show up, read him his rights, take him for questioning, lawyers get involved, evidence gets presented, boom, 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 maybe he's guilty, maybe he's not. That's how it's supposed to work, jail time or not, right? But that's not what happened to Emmanuel Mbhense. You want to know what happened? Okay, I'll tell you. What happened instead sounds like something out of a criminal cartel movie, El Chapo style. Members of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, along with private security personnel, show up. According to testimony at the Madlanga Commission, and we'll get to that circus in a moment, they don't arrest Mbhense. They torture him. They put a plastic bag over his head to suffocate him until he confesses. And when he dies from blunt force trauma to the head, they don't call an ambulance. They don't file a report. They call someone to dispose of the body. Now, this is now when I introduce you to Marius van der Meer, also known as Witness D, former EMPD officer, private security company owner, and the man who would eventually blow this whole thing wide open. Now, van der Meer testified that he received a call that night from someone asking for help with an operation. He shows up, he finds Mbhense being questioned, and allegedly participates. When Mbhense dies, van der Meer is allegedly ordered by suspended EMPD Deputy Chief Julius Mkwanazi himself to dump the body somewhere. So now, where does he dump it? Duduza Dam in Niger, like some kind of third-rate mob movie. Emmanuel Mbhense's body is found the next day, car keys and driver's license still in his pocket, in a dam, because corrupt cops needed a problem to disappear. Speaking of making problems disappear, though in a significantly more legal way, I just wanted to tell you about today's video, just to pop it in there. Today's video is sponsored by Legends Furniture Removal. I know what you're thinking. Really, Summer? You're doing a furniture ad in the middle of a murder story, and when it's getting hot, when you are getting me to the hook, hear me out. These guys are family owned and they've been moving office equipment, home furniture, helping people transition to new homes for years. Okay, I thought maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe you'd need help with this. Okay, maybe you're relocating. Maybe you need some stuff that needs moving to dams. No questions asked. Okay, some questions asked, but the legal kind. The point is, what I am saying is, when you need something moved, when you need something done right, you call professionals. Unlike the clowns running the EMPD, Legends Furniture Removals actually do the job. without making some constitutional crisis. Check them out. Links in the description. Trust me. They're respectful. They won't ask any questions. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Right at the part where this gets even worse. So, the Madlanga Commission has basically become where whistleblowers go to die. It has literally become the concentration camps for whistleblowers. Imagine like being 80 years old, telling your grandkids about the time you were taken to the Madlanga Commission, where disobedient whistleblowers went to die for telling the truth. Fast forward to November 2025, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, officially titled the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference, and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System, but changed it to the Madlanga Commission because that name was too long, is underway. It's chaired by retired Constitutional Court Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga, and it's supposed to be investigating the exact rot in South Africa's police force, particularly in Gauteng. Marius van der Meer, Witness D, takes the stand. And let me tell you something about this man. Witness D knew he was a dead man walking. His friends said he had been living in fear for months. He was even telling family members that, hey, guys, I'm being followed here. I'm being followed. Insisting that they only communicate on secure phone lines because his work phones were compromised even. His own sister said he warned her after being shot at in September. This man knew what was coming, but he testified anyway. That was one brave dude, I must say. May he rest in peace. He detailed the murder of the guy Emmanuel Mbhense. He named names. He implicated Julius Mkhwanazi, a deputy chief in the EMPD. He implicated Wiandre Pretorius. He confessed his own role in disposing of the body, an act that had haunted him for 3 years, giving him sleepless nights, weighing on his conscience like an anchor. And you want to know what happened 3 weeks later? It was December 5th, 2025. Van der Meer pulls into his driveway in Brakpan with his wife and children. Two men in a Nissan NP200 pickup truck pull up, a bakkie basically. They open fire with AK-47s in front of his family, his wife, his kids. They gun him down like a dog with rabies on the street. The message was crystal clear. Talk to the commission and you die. Now back to Wiandre Pretorius, our main character in this complete tragedy. After Van der Meer witnessed D's testimony implicated him in the Mbhense murder, Pretorius was in trouble. Deep, deep trouble. According to the police, he was questioned as a person of interest, not just in Mbhense's killing, but in Van der Meer's assassination. So they seized his firearms. They took all his cell phones. The investigation was at an advanced stage, they said. And then Thursday, February 5th, 2026, Pretorius is about to drive into his residence in Van Dyke Park when a white Toyota Vitz pulls up. 16 bullets. 16. And then they light up his car like it's the 4th of July. And somehow, and I mean somehow, Pretorius survives without a scratch. But here's where my cynical lawyer brain kicks in. You fire 16 bullets at someone and they walk away unharmed, not even a scratch. Either the shooters were the worst assassins in South African history, or that wasn't actually meant to kill him. That was a warning. That was a message. We can get you whenever we want, buddy. 2 days later, Saturday night, Pretorius is at that Estron energy station with his partner, Sergeant Juan Mare Extian, who, by the way, was also named in connection with the Madlanga Commission at the 2022 operation. According to police reports, they have an argument now. Pretorius calls his fiancée to come to the gas station, and then allegedly, he turns the gun on himself. Dead at 41 years old. Another body in this ever-growing pile, this ever-growing rabbit hole. This is state-sanctioned murder. Plain and simple. Alright? Like, look, folks, this is where I give you my completely unfiltered, absolutely opinionated take on all of this. And I really want you to really hear me on this, because I say opinionated because people are going to put words into my mouth. This isn't just corruption. All right. This isn't just bad apples in the police force. This is a systemic execution program that was designed to protect a criminal syndicate operating inside South African law enforcement. Think about the timeline here. Van der Merwe testifies. Van der Merwe dies. Pretorius gets questioned. Pretorius survives a hit. Pretorius dies. And get this, police have now revealed that of the 12 people identified as persons of interest in the Mbhense murder, 4 of them are now dead. Van der Merwe, Pretorius, 2 others were killed assassination style. The police spokesperson, Brigadier Athendla Mate, I hope I said her name properly, please forgive me if I haven't, said they're investigating whether members of this criminal syndicate are eliminating each other. Are we dealing with a syndicate that is eliminating each other in terms of their role and involvement in the murder of Emmanuel Mbhense? She asked. Now, Brigadier, let me answer that for you. Yes. Obviously, yes. What else would you call a coordinated series of murders targeting everyone connected to a single case? And here's the really sick part. The part that should make every South African's blood run cold. I told you, your blood is gonna boil in this video. President Cyril Pinocchio Ramaphosa, after Van der Merwe's murder, made a big show of promising enhanced protection for whistleblowers and witnesses. He even condemned the heinous act. He talked about redoubling efforts to protect those who are serving justice. But what actually happened? Well, Van der Merwe declined witness protection, reportedly because he didn't trust it. And can you blame him? Multiple whistleblowers are currently in the government's protection program, have said they fear for their lives. Previous whistleblowers under protection have been killed. The system is a joke.